So if you've ever watched Korean dramas, probably watched the scene where the poor main character lives on a rooftop and there's this low wooden outdoor table that they sit on. That outdoor platform table is called a pyeongsang, and it's really common in Korean households in Korea. So Rachel and I kind of always talked about having one outside on our patio, but you can't really buy pyeongsangs in the States, so we decided to make one ourselves. I am just sketching what I need to buy for the pyeongsang. We are going for a 5x5 pyeongsang. The top will be planks. Post will probably make it about 2 feet high. So since we'll have those posts, we need at least 8 feet. As long as I have a general idea of what this looks like, just to prepare before we go to Lowe's. Because what they always say is that when you go to Lowe's and you're working on a project, one trip is never enough. You end up going like 2-3 times because you forgot something. Alright, so we made a trip to Lowe's. We had our list of things to buy. Double checked this all just to make sure that we would have everything. It took us a while to figure out what screws to get. I just wanted to make sure that it would go at least halfway through the posts so that it would be sturdy, but also would not go through the wood itself. So if you don't have access to a table saw of some sort, then I highly recommend that you get your lumber cut at Lowe's or Home Depot, whichever home improvement store you're near, just because they make sure that your measurements are exactly right. And if you're buying wood in person, you can quality control it, just because if you ship it, you might end up with pieces that are unusable. Before we got started, we wanted to organize all of our wood pieces. So we had to make sure that there were 4 legs, 4 base supports that would connect the legs, 2 center supports, and then 11 top planks. So what we did was just make sure that everything was the correct size and that they matched up. We started with the base of the table. Basically connecting each leg to the longer base supports using the corner braces. I added wood glue between each piece of wood for added stability and held it in place while Rachel drilled the screws in. You basically repeat this process with each leg until you have the base connected. One important tip though, make sure you stagger your corner braces on each leg so that the screws don't overlap since they are each 2 inches long. Next, we added the support beams that go in the center of the base. We realized that they were a bit too long, so after measuring, we used a circular saw to trim it a bit. But then once they were the right size, we positioned the support beams into thirds to ensure that the top planks would be well supported. For this part, we didn't use any corner braces and instead just drilled the nails straight through the wood. If you drill a hole first before the screw goes in, it makes it easier to make sure that it's going in straight through the center of the wood. Finally, we positioned the planks going in the opposite direction of the support beams and centered it over the base. After that, we used the nail gun to secure each plank with 2 nails. But be careful with this process since you really have to make sure you're positioned with the nail gun centered on the base plank so that the nail doesn't go through and out. We added another screw that was centered on each plank at each end straight into the base. So now we can lift up from the top without worrying that the nails are gonna come loose. So this next step, hopefully you can learn from our mistakes and skip it. We originally got the legs cut to 2 feet. But when we sat on it, it felt a bit too high, so we decided to trim it down to 1.5 feet. This felt more authentic and made the table even sturdier since it was closer to the ground. So we're glad that we took the extra time to make that quick adjustment. It's actually pretty dangerous because we've cut half of the legs of each of these because we want to make it shorter. Oh, you can't see it though. Anyways, each leg is cut in half. So we're just resting on it right now because our battery died.
Taking a break.
Hey, it's sturdy enough.
Drama scene where you lay down together with your boyfriend. We don't have boyfriend. Okay, maybe don't put that in.
I spent about an hour and a half sanding the entire piece with an electric orbital sander. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend investing in one just because if you have to do this manually, it just adds so many more hours to your project. Plus, the result is just a lot smoother. So after I inhaled all the sawdust, Rachel got to inhale all the stain and sealant fumes. We got a 2-for-1 to expedite the process, but even if you don't want to stain your table, you definitely want to seal it with an oil-based solution so that it withstands the various weather conditions. Also, you'll want to do a couple even layers and then leave it to dry for at least 24 hours before you use it.
우주를 지나고 머나먼 시간을 넘어 잃어버린
누룽지밥.
누룽지밥.
Bunny's favorite.
Yum, 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 yum.
Actually looks kind of legit.
I'm gonna try it.
Teach us how to make a sam.
We're gonna start with some 깻잎. I don't really know what this is in English.
Perilla leaves.
There you go. Put a little bit of rice. And we'll put a little samjang. A lot of samjang. Some raw garlic. If you guys aren't eating your raw if you're not eating your garlic raw, you're doing it wrong. And then we're gonna take the juiciest looking piece over here.
Really getting a fat piece.
With a little green onion, seasoned green onion,
What does
and
it look like? That.
one whole bite.